How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggly. I'm Will, and today we're getting it previewed with lots of boxes around me. Like I can't even see over this side, the TV. You can see these here. They're kind of big. My Cloudspire came in, and I had nothing else planned for this evening, so I figured we'll do an impromptu stream, get this unboxed. We haven't done a live stream unboxing in a while. Normally it's when we come back. So Audrey's down in Colombia, so of course she'll be back. So normally what ends up happening is we get back from that trip in January to a bunch of board games that have shown up. I actually didn't have too many because we have kind of slowed down on the Kickstarter backing. A baby will kind of do that to you. Plus, there hasn't been much that like has appealed. I think that heyday of like good priced Kickstarters has kind of gone away. And so now just to get a basic game is costing 50, 60 bucks, whereas before you could get that basic game for 25, 30 bucks. Either way, I digress. We're going to go get into this. I don't even know what order I'm going to do. I think probably I'll do the core box, and then I guess I'll go through these expansions in the order they came out. I'll probably should move the expansions off because I don't think I'm going to have the room on the table. But there we go. We are flipped over. Here's all little extra bits. We'll get into them, I guess, later. I took the plastic wrap off, try to save some time in doing this. Oh, so this is the core. Holy cow. That's heavy. That box was heavy, by the way. That box is right here. This is the box it came in, and that was without the cloud storage. The cloud storage came separate. That's how much I say an all-in, a quasi all-in comes to, because in order to get all in, I guess technically you have to get, I don't know where to put these. Let's put them down here. To get a technical all in, I guess you need to get the playmats and the books and the minis and all that. And I'm a mini, you know, I buy minis, but I don't know. I saw the minis for this and I didn't feel like I know what they're supposed to do, but I didn't feel like they were needed for this game. I just watched a playthrough because I'm trying to get an idea of how this plays, of course, and do I want to do the tutorial on the channel, or ooh, look at that, that's neat. Do I want to play the tutorial on the channel, or do I just want to like jump into one of the scenarios? I guess I won't need any of this, although I can sometimes use them for other games. Let's hang on to them for a minute. Let's hang on to them. Oh, there's a box. So I saw that there were two boxes in the, well, this is not going to work, Will. You can't see what you're doing over there anymore. I saw when they were packing away, there were two boxes. I'm like, oh, I only got, nope, that's the 20, that's a 20 strong box. I only got this box, which is about the same size. I was like, oh, please tell me I'm going to get another box. But yeah, so I do get another box. So I guess we'll start here. What is in here? What is in here? So yeah, I figured I'd do a live stream. I don't know why. I mean, I could have filmed this and uploaded it separately and edited it and whatever. But I figured most people have already got this. So that way, if anybody wanted to just come out and chill and chat. So these are the relic cards. These are, look how slidey they are. Woo! That's what you get with PVC cards. So we got all these relics, and then we got events. So yeah, I'm not sure what any of this does. Ashen Resolve, ongoing. During each prep phase, add 1 health to one of your selected minions. At the start of your turn, during the onslaught phase, you may discard this relic to add 2 health to any unit. In both cases, you may exceed the unit's health stat. So it looks like this is a mix of things, because see, these don't, some of these don't have, let me go to the lower camera. There. Some of these don't have icons, so I didn't like that one as an icon. So I guess it's a mix of things in here, maybe multiple promos packs. Yeah, that one, see, yeah, that one has the icon, that one has the icon. So those are relics. And then these are the events. I'm guessing same deal here. No, probably the icon. Electric Storm, Onslaught phase. Before the first player's turn each round, roll a d6. On a 5 or 6, deal 2 damage to each unit adjacent to a non-fortress spire. None of these have got the icons yet. So I don't know. I don't know why those other ones have icons. Maybe it's a difference of solo versus 2-player mode. Maybe that icon means something there. I don't know why I was sticking my pinky out like that. No clue. All right, so those are those. I'll probably, depending how many of each we get, maybe split those up. That one I can't really use for anything. Maybe I can't put it up there. How do I get all this back in the box? So this is a nice little thing for if you're going to put it back in the box. But yeah. Oh. The Griege, Horizon's Wrath, and Uprising Expansion box. Remove all contents. Okay. If you own the base game and 2 or more factions, then you do it this way. But we have the big cloud box, so don't need you. Safety product warning. Don't need you. We don't care about safety. So the rule book. So I'm kind of, see, that's the thing, is I'm sitting centered and everything's over here to the left. So they split this into 2 with version 2.0 from what I understand. Note from CTG. Cloudspire is a kind of amazing to look back on. It started years ago as a fairly simple concept that we feared may not have enough meat on the bones. Has evolved to an absolute beast of a box that sits in front of you today. Cloudspire was one of Chip Theory's earliest prototypes. As other ideas took root, it sat in the background, waiting for further development and the right kind of spark to ignite it into a full-blown game idea. Long last, we hit upon the right combination of ideas that fueled our decision to bring the entire concept to life. Like all Chip Theory titles, this game is a labor of love on a part of many, many people. And then it keeps going on. And then it's Josh, Adam, and Josh. Hunger for Source. So it's got, okay, a little bit of story about the different characters. So I didn't get the big books. Like I said, I didn't get the hardcover books. The hardcover books are supposed to have more narration. Playing Cloudspire, objectives, setup. Yeah, so I think everything in the blue is more like your... I don't know if that's all the new 2.0 stuff. But yeah. There. Okay, so what's this? So there's supposed to be tutorials, sequence of play, the Brawin, the Grove Tenders, the Brawin, Grove Tenders. So this must be the tutorial for the 2-player mode, maybe? Did I miss it? Did I miss where it said that this is a tutorial? No. Grove Tenders, movement. That kind of looks like a tutorial. Winning the game. In a 2-player game, the goal of Cloudspire is to defeat the opponent's gate within 4 waves. As neither player accomplishes the goal, you have the most powerful fortress at the end. Yeah, so this is kind of going through movement, and it's showing each of the different characters, like each of the different sides. So I think this is a tutorial. Other modes of play. Playing a 3 or 4-player game, which we're not going to do. Playing a 2v2. Playing solo or co-op. Cloudspire can be played solo or any 2-player cooperative experience. See the solo scenarios and cooperative scenarios book, respectively, for further details on these modes of play. Okay. That's what we'll do. So this is the rules reference. So I didn't know this. I was watching Rob's Gaming Table. That was one of the channels that I watched. And he said that the guy that went over to Chip Theory about this time came from Fantasy Flight. And so Fantasy Flight, this is kind of how they do most of their LCGs, is 2 different books. Like Marvel Champions, it's 2 different books. So one is like, okay, here's your rules. Don't learn all the keywords yet. And then, okay, as you're playing, open this other book for the keywords. So this is the scenario book. Co-op campaign rank. Co-op scenarios are meant to be played as pairs. Those pairs can be played in any order, just as with solo mode. You can play through them all. Use the chart below to see how well you did. Okay, so if you have the base game, okay, so it's the points. So each solo mode has a scenario and it has objectives and you get points. So if you only have the base game, maximum points you get to 24, and then of course each expansion is going to add. So base game plus 4 expansions, which I imagine when we open up the new scenarios book, it might have updated. So neoprene tile, atlas. So AI talent. So the AI has its own set of how it acts and talents. Then the Rowan Airs Chapter 1. Where's the tutorial? I thought it was a tutorial. Oh, these are the cooperative scenarios. So I don't know if the I mean, I guess, can the cooperative scenarios be played solo? I guess you'd have to control two. I guess not, because you'd have to control two sets of bad guys and two sets of good guys. Which, I mean, technically you could play that solo. That'd be a lot of probably overhead, probably a lot of thinking. I'd imagine. I was watching some of the playthroughs, and they were taking like 2-3 hours. So I'm wondering if you did a two-player solo or two-handed solo playthrough. All right, so this is the Grove Tenders chapters, and Browen and Grove Tenders. Now I don't know if they made new stories when the new classes came out to give you new chapters. This is Ayers and Nora, chapter 2. So there's 3 chapters for each here, right? So did they make a 4th chapter so you can go back and play the originals both ways? I don't know. I guess we'll find out when we get into the expansion books. So that is the cooperative scenarios. Ooh, solo scenarios. This is a big book. So solo scenarios, solo rules, Browen scenarios. You got 4 chapters. Ayers 4 chapters. Nora 4 chapters. Or Grove Tenders 4 chapters. Then there's an endless mode, which is like they just keep coming at you. Oh yeah. So I know this has the tutorial in it. Okay. And then what's this? Solo campaign rank. Renown solo mode. Renown is earned. Okay, so then you can track your renown back here. Gained, used, reprioritize, advantage. Starter scenario you may spend your renown to gain 1 advantage from your current faction's list. You may then choose to use any advantage from factions listed you've gained but not yet used. Each advantage may only be gained and used once. Advantages do not need to be used in the scenarios you gain them. You may use them multiple gain advantages in a single scenario. If you lose a scenario in which you have used an advantage, the advantage is still considered used, and you will not have it when you play the scenario. Ooh, that's rough. Because a lot of times you're going to replay the scenarios because it was hard, so you're like, hey, let me use this advantage. So I'd probably say use your advantage on a replay. When you complete the 4 scenarios that correspond to the faction you are playing, all unused renown and advantages are forfeit. They're not carried over when you start playing a new faction. However, you should still keep track of how much total renown you have earned in order to determine your overall success in the campaign. You can use the sheet below to track. Okay, so that's the... Okay, so that's section 29. So that was the tutorial, and then you got these. And then, okay, and then this is the first chapter of the Brahmin. Ignition. Chapter 2. Yep. That's all your scenarios. What else we got in here? Scenarios. Okay, so chapter 4 for the Grove Tenders. And then, okay, and then the setup, an endless mode. Okay, so it just goes through the endless mode. Setup, how to create AI deployment stacks. And then it's got your waves for the endless mode. All right, quick reference on the back. All right, now what is that? These are the faction boards. What do we got? So, Aurora, I guess? Aurora. Let me see if I move it to mid. That helps a little bit. That doesn't help at all. Mid's better. All right, we'll do mid. So Aurora, and it's got each of the thingamajiggies, the peoples, the recruits, the stuff. Oh, it's kind of like, it's supposed to be like Avatar. It's supposed to be like Avatar, I guess. Bronin, which are the big burly dudes. They kind of don't have a nose. And your market terms and talents. And Grove Tenders. These are your tree people. So this is Groot's family. I am Groot. And the heirs, which is actually a family, are, oh, they're birds. Birdie guys. Bird guys. All right. And this is the core box dice. I think all these end up going in the tubes, so I'm going to have some extra trays, I guess. Yeah, so each of the factions, 3 dice. I know these go in their tubes. And then these are the regular dice. Yeah, and then the 6-sided dice. It's a lot of 6-sided dice. I mean, I guess everybody has their own set. Put these up here where I'm going to stack stuff for later. All right, so these are the old chip trays. So these will be recycled. It's even got a recycle symbol to remind me of that, because the storage box comes with new trays into the recycle box. These are the eggs. I'll take you out of your baggie now. Go into your new home. So I bought the metal ones for Elder Scrolls, but these are nice. Actually, I mean, everything Chip Theory does is a premium product, right? Oops, what was that? Oh, something snapped. Uh-oh, that plastic tray broke. Good thing I'm recycling that. Actually, I wouldn't even care if I wasn't recycling it. Yeah, the lid cracked. This my box, and what's the box isn't even damaged. So this was just when it got put in there, I guess in the factory, it broke. And there's more plastic. I have to watch out for that. All right, so these are the base game 3s to build our maps with our wells, paths, stuffs. I gotta start making stacks so I can like organize later. All right. Yeah, it's cracked here too. I don't know how does it crack on the inside like that, and this is all cracked. Would I ask them for a replacement? No, I would not. All right. So I wonder, is this too big? Yeah, I think it's too big because of this wideness. It's too big to go inside of the box. I watched the reboxing that they did. All right, so these are our big tiles. These are nice thickness. I want to think, are these thicker than the, I don't know. I feel like these are thicker than the Elder Scrolls ones. I don't remember. You know, these are like a nice, like I'm picking them up and they still kind of hold their form a little bit. So deserts and a big path in the middle of nowhere. All right, what else we got? And then player boards, or the faction boards. So does it say which faction is which? I mean, I guess you got to look at their abilities. Because like nothing on this, I mean, it's got smelting, so again, I mean, you know, I guess you're thinking like dwarves and stuff like that. Let's put these here. Need to make piles, so again, I can figure out where I want to play it. This one's got some bird nests, so I'm going to go with, this is the birds. Yeah, it's got feathers and birds' nests. Okay. So that is the air. Oh, I get it. Air. A-I-R, H-E-I-R. They sound the same, but they're different. All right, so this is the tree guys. Forget who the tree guys were. And then this is the avatar people, I guess. Call them the avatar people. All right, you go into the box for recycling too. Big blocks. I like the big blocks. I use the big blocks for a lot of games. I can use that. Get in there. All right. Sorry, chips. Let's just take these out. We don't need the box anymore. Oops. Take you out. And you're going to be recycled too. And the recycling you go. All right, so these are the regular chips. I'm not going to really take them out. I'm going to have a whole bunch of these chips. I don't know what to do with them. If somebody got a suggestion of what they do with all their extra red Chip Theory chips, let me know. Because I got the premium chips in Elder Scrolls, and now I got the premium chips for this. So now I have a bunch of extra chips. So don't know what I'm going to do with those. You go over here. All right. So these should be the... no, these aren't the faction chips. Let's see here. All right. Okay. So these are the blocking defense chips. I don't know what they call them. Yeah, it's a shield. So you know that a shield means that it's for blocking and defense. And then I have a bird. Not sure what the bird is for. All right, same thing here as I got the upgraded dials for the health. Guess we'll keep one of these out to compare. Where'd the scissors go? I know I had the scissors. I was like, I should keep the scissors here because I'm probably going to need them. Get in the box. Yeah. We got 4 of these. So let's get, I guess while we're doing this, let's get the premium ones and compare them to the premium ones. Here's the premium, thick ones. It's like a booster pack. Ooh, them are some chunky boys. Those are chunky boys. But the reason they came out with these, from what I understand, is in the original play mats, the problem was it sits flush, and depending on your table, right, there's no way to turn that. These big ones, whoop, 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 just enough of an edge. So the difference on that's your difference. I don't think it's quite double. No, it's double. It's exactly double the thickness. So I'm wondering if that's how they tested it. Like, hey, let's put one in there and put one on top. Yeah, that's a good thickness. Maybe. All right, so now I got extras of those. I guess I can keep them. I don't know. All right. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much extra space we have. There might be enough extra space to keep them. I don't know. We'll put those there. Those there. Well, no, those are taking most of that room. Still don't know what the little bird is for. I guess I could look in the instructions. It probably tells me what the bird is for. All right, come on. All right. So, yeah, I just like chips are just fun. The clinkety chips. And this is our pack upgrades. So, let me keep those there for a second. So those are those. Where did I put the health ones? Oh, I haven't got the health ones out yet. Like, where'd the health ones go? So, what are these? So these, I think, yeah, these are the things you explore. I don't know what the technical terms are for any of this stuff yet, because I still haven't read the rules. I just watched playthroughs. They may have called it something, but I am very bad with names of all things. Just trying to remember names, it's just bad. All right. So we will take you 4, put you there. So yeah, well, I do have the ability to zoom. Unfortunately, that requires me to get up there. So this is about as close as we're getting today. Relentless, Lost Caverns, Secret Passage. So I'll put all you guys here. Because when as I open the expansions, some of them are going to have like more stuff, like these, the items. I think once you're all done, I think the items are going to take up 2 whole slots. Well, I guess that chip is just for the faction. Just to identify the faction. Well, probably doesn't have a game. I guess it doesn't have a gameplay purpose. I guess it's kind of like when you have a card game, right? You have a divider that divides the cards. Technically, you don't really need those for this game because they're all different colors. Yeah, so this is all your, okay, your faction tokens. Maybe if you want to do random. All right, so then these are your market items. You got Blade Wall, a Fashioner who can improve things, an Arcanist who has Anarchy. Well, what else would he have? That was one thing. I know they have a bag, and I'm guessing it's for like these, so that way you can do random draws for the different chips that you have to do random for. Rob, he was doing something in one of his tutorial 2.0 playthrough, where what he did was he basically just mixed them all up and then put them all in the right way, and then he rolled a dice and just counted that many back. Works. All right, so we need some of our tubes. So let's get our tubes out. Slide up that and open you. All right, so there's a cloud storage box, and we don't have the faction that's in the box. We have the faction that's in this other box. So I'm just gonna take the tubes out. Bring that home because it's too big. All right, so put you guys up here. Oh, actually, I needed the green ones. So I think I noticed one of mine too, like it had a little chip on one of the locks, I think, as well. But again, I clicked it on and off a couple times and it still worked. So now is the best way to do this, I'm guessing, just to slide it down over top and then flip it over. See how that works. This. Haha! And then we need his dice. All right. Good to go. One down. Lots more to go. All right. There we go. I guess that's another question. People that have these extra ones, what do you do with them? What do you do with these extras? Because now I'm going to have extras of those too. I guess if you buy other poker chips, like cheap poker chips on like Amazon. I have my knife, my hobby knife for doing like models. I feel like that's a little overkill. I technically don't know if it's any safer or more dangerous. I didn't show off those other ones. Yeah, they're always good quality. The print on them is good. It's actually a sticker, I think, inlaid inside of it. So the tout for chip theory is, right, you can play the games in the bathtub or the pool or whatever, right? Because everything's waterproof. But I'd really have to think about it, like, how do they attach the stickers to be able to back up that claim, right? Because, like, I would think the adhesive at some point would have to give out, right? If it was like that. Or if it was, you know, an adhesive and water don't mix. All right. So, All right, so what we got here. We have the Avatar people. I'm going to keep calling them that. That's like I didn't know when I was playing Unsettled. Somebody in chat mentioned that the Gracchus that I was playing is actually a play on words for Arrakis for Dune. It's like, oh. So now I have to look for secret messages in all board games where they're trying to do a parody homage to something else, especially because, you know, I don't know, I don't know if that's, I guess a lot of those geeky things are now pop culture, so a lot of people know about them, but back in the day, it was geeks playing board games and geeks playing geeky movies, so those types of analogies, like, were kind of part and parcel, I guess, to the hobby. And I wonder, because pop culture is so varied, is that still a thing? Do people recognize all of the pop culture references in the games? All right, so what do we got? We got the heirs, the birdies. Oops. Either dice. Oops. I think this is the one that was broken. Yeah. Because it doesn't stop. Try that again. There we go. That's better. Just don't be forceful with it. All right. So that was the first. Oh, I want to need that. That was the first box. All right. So we're gonna go in order of expansion release. That's my plan. So it says the first expansion was the Griege Expansion. Oh, good. That was only the second one down. I was gonna. It was on the bottom. I was gonna be like, maybe not. Maybe we'll just go from bottom to top. So that's the Griege Faction Expansion. So this is just a faction expansion. So the Griege Scenario Book. So Rack and Renown, solo scenarios, co-op scenarios. Okay, so this has got your scenarios for this particular faction. And it's got the same rank system. And then you're tracking for your rewards. And then just chapter 2, chapter 3, endless mode. Why did it say chapter 2? What happened to chapter 3 and chapter 4? Chapter 2. Oh, because it's only one faction. Chapter 1, chapter 2. Okay, so it's 4 chapter. Okay, sorry. It's 4 solo chapters and then 2 co-op scenarios. Okay, I was like, why is there only 2? It's supposed to be 4. So that makes sense. That. Don't know if I need that. Probably not. All right, so got our faction board. Faction board. Probably should have sorted those better too, so that way the books and the boards are separate. Right. And our mat. All right. Oh, that is thinner. Maybe not. Maybe it's just because I was holding that spot. Yeah. It is. It's like just barely. Although, I mean, with this game, you kind of can't make things that much thinner because if you do, right, the tiles, like the original tiles are a certain thickness. They won't like line up. It'd be very noticeable. Again, I don't think that would affect the gameplay in any way, but it is what it is. I got enough tiny bags. Ugh. So one thing as a board gamer, you end up with a drawer full of baggies. I guess that's the sign of a real board game hobbyist. is if somebody comes over to your house and you're like, no, 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 don't open that door, because it's just full of plastic baggies. You're a board gamer. Audrey, when she went down to Colombia, she was like, do you have any baggies I can use? But of course, we have thousands of baggies. I wonder if they split these ones like this. I would assume they'd transport better if they were the full size and took up the middle tray. Hey. Come on. All right, so all of those. Eatery. So okay, so this is the insect. I didn't look at that like I did the other ones. These are the insect people. All right, we're looking for insect people. Oh, I gotta find the faction token. There it is. Faction token on the bottom. These should probably be sorted, I would imagine, because then when you have to put them on the stand, right, and then they all line up. And over. All right. Boop. That was an uneventful box. I guess all of these are technically uneventful boxes. And I have another case. All right, so what was after that one? I don't know why I'm doing in this order. Portal Seekers. Portal Seekers. So this is a content expansion instead of a faction expansion. Ooh, more map tiles. So now the question is, because the map tiles are very specific to each scenario, are these even usable in solo? Or are they only usable in versus? Because it'll give you more, right? Ooh, it's like a cloud space. Or is it foggy? Maybe it's a terrain effect like fog. I guess these ones are because you can you shuffle these and you can buy these to use them. But I don't think you can do that with the big tiles. It does come with some more areas and items you get to buy. So, all right, so these are the other two big maps. Well, that one's kind of neat. It's like snow, snowy terrain. All right, then we got chips. It is not working. This one's tight. I can't even. This one's so tight I can't even get the scissors under it. And I don't want to scratch it all up. There we go. All right, so what do we got going on in here? So, got some new location chips. Awaken, Rift Walk, Engage, Entropy, and Foreboding. Okay, it's got a, I guess that's the expansion icon. Yeah. Another Rift Walk. Relentless, Grail Goats. Hero's Quest. Again, we talk about homages. Another Rift, Portable Rift. Summon a hero. Ultimate reward. Alright, so where are you going? You're not all going to fit in there. I guess we'll start another row. Alright, so we got more recruits. Portal Hopper. Hammer and Chisel. The Mountaineer. Mechanical Altitude. Fallen Taproot. Lahandle, Phoenix, Carbone, and Callus. Now here's the only thing, like, I get these guys are like, I guess, mercenaries, right? But like, they could be fighting against their own faction, so it is kind of your thematicness kind of goes out the window. I guess if you really wanted to, just make sure that you don't have those in there when you're playing that faction or against that faction. All right. And we get more relics. Maybe? Got one of the little thingies, I can see it. Don't know which way it wants to go. Nope. Nope. This is why I need my hobby knife. There we go. Holy cow. Alright, so sweet. Alright, so yeah, so relics. Shouldn't have done that. Now they're all mixed up. Relic. So a bunch of relics and then more events. Alright, you can all fit in this box. Alright, so relics and events. Alright, have we now exceeded box capacity? Oh, nope. Still good to go. Now I think we're at box capacity though. Alright. Here. This is alright, so another landmark and market version 2. I imagine this one says version 2 as well. So let's sort these out somehow. So yeah, so two of the same. I don't know if you, I guess each player can have one. Keep them all. And then let's turn it this way. In the Portal Seekers player guide overview, this expansion consists of 2 parts: the content expansion and the anomaly expansion. New content such as events, relics, market options, landmarks, and else can be added to your copy of Cloudspire to increase variety in gameplay. Additionally, the Anomaly expansion adds brand new elements to the game, including an island full of mysterious landmarks not found anywhere else in Ankar. I recommend you play full games of Cloudspire and are familiar with the game before adding Anomaly, as doing so might add slight complexity to the game. So yeah, event cards, relic cards, market chips, landmarks. Add the 3 swamp, ruin, and temples, and then earthscapes. Mix the new earthscapes. And there's a sky. Okay, so that was a sky earthscape. Sky earthscapes function differently than the standard earthscapes and put into play. It represents the island having fallen away, revealing the land below. Just as with empty space surrounding an area, units cannot move through this earthscape. It cannot be counted through when determining a unit spire's range. The earthscape cannot be occupied in any way, and you may not earthscape over it. Now that one's kind of weird, that it can't be counted for Spire's range. That was a weird thing that I was noticing. It's like the empty space, even though it's air, can't be counted. Anomaly expansion focuses on a small island that is not connected to the rest of your play area. This island is rich with source and teeming with anomalous landmarks, which can bestow great wealth and terrible consequence to the heroes and factions do there. Expansion can only be played in competitive. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it seemed like adding new big tiles could only be used in competitive, and that's what it says. All right, so that did confirm that. Put you with the rule books. All right. So then after Portal Seekers came Timothy Esquire, which was from their promo pack. And there was another promo pack, another promo pack. Oh, they took a couple years off from making content, didn't they? And then Horizon's Wrath. Yeah, okay, I've seen this one. So it's a faction expansion. So I saw this one because this is the one that I think One Stop Co-op Shop. He did a playthrough on this one. Because I think that it's the playthrough I watched before backing the campaign. And then I was trying to, again, watch tonight before I started streaming this. And I started watching his again. I'm like, oh, I've seen this. So yeah, so same thing. Solo scenarios, you get your 4 scenarios, and then 2 co-op scenarios. And then your endless mode. Yeah, so these guys remind me, I'm trying to remember what they remind me of. With the big ears. Is it the... Oh, what is it? Too Many Bones. It looks like the guys from Too Many Bones. Are these in the same universe? Maybe, I'm guessing. Yeah, these look like the Too Many Bones guys. All right. So, chips. You. Oh, we have a special card. Horizon Wrath Fortress rules. Horizon's Wrath Fortress is an airship. The hex that would normally contain the fortress gate is instead the plank hex. During setup, this hex must be adjacent to path to touch the isle it's adjacent to on all 3 sides, just as fortress gates must for other factions. Place the plank chip on the plank hex during setup. The fortress gate is located in the middle of the fortress, adjacent to only the plank hex. The plank hex without a plank chip on it is impossible terrain for all units. Plank chip is treated as a path for purposes of unit movement and is adjacent to all 3 hexes it shares a side with. Okay. So I have to remember that they're going to have, they're going to have a different thing. This looks a little bit kind of faded compared to, oh, it feels different too. It's kind of got a rough, this is like smooth. They must have changed their printing. Yeah, see, this is like really vibrant. This is kind of muted. I noticed that with the chips. That's what kind of made me notice it, was the chips difference. So that's a stark difference. All right. Ooh. All right, so. Again, I keep grabbing the back, so I keep thinking it's thinner. They're about the same. So that's their mat. Okay, so this is so you've got to put the plank in front of it as the connection point. And another one. I don't know what to do. Because that's the thing, I don't think this is recyclable material, this type of plastic. So it's like you basically have to do something with it. It'd be nice if, like, I don't know, if Chip Theory had a buyback program or something. Like, send us the ones you're not using. Oop, we only have 2 dice. Huh. That's different. All right. Get these out. Jeez. This plastic, holy cow! This stuff's like made out of steel. It's heat shrink wrap. So that's what it is. The heat really gets it, and then once it's done, it's hard again. Got our pirates. Got Trax tail. Got a gunner. All right, so where is the faction tile? There it is. You got to be on the bottom, buddy. On the bottom, buddy. Although I guess technically, I mean, it doesn't matter. But I guess technically, if you wanted it to visible, you'd put it that way. But since these already have it on the top, again, I'm guessing this is from when they were in the cases. Then you could just see from the outside of the case from the front if you didn't remember their colors, the faction's colors. All right, so where's my plank? What are you? Oh, you're the plank. Okay, that's the plank. Let's put you on the bottom. And I just had you. All right. Okay. What was the next one? Oh, gotta go back a page. Down the bottom. The Uprising. There we go. The Uprising. I don't know where I'm going to put those cards. The Uprising Faction Expansion. So it should just be the same thing. Yeah. Solo scenarios, so 4, and then the same 2 co-op scenarios. Oh, they're cute little guys. I like them. Yeah, the thing he was riding wasn't very cute. That's who. He's had a hard life. Okay, you're different. Huh. Oh, Uprising. So it's a mishmash of factions, I guess. Okay, that's neat. Yeah, he's not very pretty. Unlike the little bear-looking creatures. And we got her back there in the back. All right. So, our play mats. All right. So that's kind of cool. So it's like it's kind of run down, right? Because, you know, they're an uprising. So it's like the rebellion. They got a little portal gate going on there. Oh, we got another player aid. So same thing, version 2.0. Just player aid. Now this one's smooth again. It's so weird. Yeah, the colors are popping again. I wonder if they switched for the one expansion and then switched back. Again, I don't even know when these are printed, right? Because I backed the Kickstarter, so I don't know what content is like leftover and what content was reprint. Right? Because I could have a mix of both. Okay, this is different. So there's a bunch of gray tokens and then a bunch of black token. Oh, that's different. Hang on. Huh. No, that's right here. All right, to the book. Like, that's a full tube. Now I'm a little confused. All right, how do these guys work? Mercenaries group's first target is a small scouting outpost operating in governance. To reach the outpost, yeah, so they're mercenaries. But which, do I put all of these in here? Uprising primarily made up of market chips, so you'll need to be flexible to take advantage of their full potential. Use your unit's strength to take on various ops, and consider defeating your own units when they're weak to deny source rewards to your opponents. Finally, don't forget the power of multiple deploy points via building new waygates. Chips from this expansion have this symbol on them so that you can easily separate them. The black market chips from this expansion can be included in your game whether or not you're playing with the Uprising faction. Okay, that's what I was thinking. So you can throw them in there if you want, or just leave them over here. So that means you almost kind of, if you want to always play with everything, you got to pull these guys out every time. I was thinking that's what this little one was for, right? You put those in there, and then just leave these there, but they did give them their own. So what's supposed to go in here is going to be the question. Oh, and maybe the other dice go in there. I think that's my last. I don't think there's anything at the bottom. No. No, bottom just has the replacement stack where you put your chips. All right. I was about to say, because I know a lot of the ones you get in there, you can't promote. So that's why they had to give you a couple actual promotable. Oh, there's the cute guy. No, that's the guy with the he's busted up head. He's missing fur. That one's cute. Militia Ranger. Okay, so Militia Ranger to Militia Defender. And then Netarut. We'll go with Netarut. He's the one that's on the chip. Now, let's see here. Let me try this. Let me try to do it right where this seam is. That should make it easier, you'd think, right? It would split down that seam. All right. Oh, there's the combatant. So that was the one in the back of the book. Yeah, and then they have the icon in the bottom corner. Okay. Oops, what's that? It's a blue chip from somewhere. Maybe during manufacturing? Because these chips aren't even blue, so I don't even know where that would have came from. Oh. That's not going to fit. So no, that isn't what you're supposed to do. Maybe this is what this one's. No, because this is square. This is round. That doesn't work. So yeah. I'm not sure. I guess they get a completely empty one. Guess we'll see what happens. All right, so if we do that, then I need another one of these trays. Oh, I had one. So we do. I'll take all these. Yeah, so they fill up a hole by themselves. Huh. Okay, we'll go with that. Yes. All right, so what was next? So after Uprising was the Bounty Pack. Which gives us our other card box. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you can't. I don't know. Just the way they. Wow, these cards are slippery. Holy cow, I got cards. I'm testing the durability. That's what it is. I'm testing the durability of chip theory games. Really would have tested the durability if Bella would have gotten a hold of it. Well, I was thinking, did that scratch? No, it's just the... All right, now we got to play. I'm not playing 52 card pickup. I'm playing however many cards is in this box pickup. Relics. Event. Dirt. And more dirt. I'm going to vacuum everything. Bella hair because it fell in her bed. Relics. Event. More relics. More relics. More relics. All right, so see, these have that same symbol. Again, I guess I have to figure out what that symbol means, but these have the actual, like a skull and crossbones for this particular promo set. Yeah, so some of the relics have that symbol. So I'm not sure what that means. All right, and then the events. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just put the events in one box and the relics in the other. They kind of feel like they're a little, like they're staticky. Like a little static electricity going on. All right, so relics, events. Put the events in. Yeah, this one looks more like a relic box, right? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because you got to pull them both out for every game. Oop. And boop. All right, put you guys over there. All right. Now what are we on to? Ankar's Plunder. This is a bonus scenario. So again, they offered these in a hardbound. And I'm like, that would be cool and all. But then they were like, well, they don't fit inside the box. I'm like, well, there's more shelf space I'd have to figure out. All right, so these are bonus scenarios and skirmishes. So, bonus scenarios. So there's 6 scenarios: solo, co-op, solo, co-op. So if this tells a story, then I'd either be forced to play co-op or have to do two-handed. And then skirmishes. I don't know what skirmishes are. Following the bonus scenarios is a set of 12 skirmishes. A skirmish is a brand new type of competitive scenario. Okay. So you basically set it up in a particular battle. Okay, so it's PvP battles. Hex tile, so they numbered them. Aurora, Chapter 1. Aurora resistance against the Griege invaders had not been going well. After the insectoid Phibians attacked the race's source harvesters, the Aurora were forced... That's weird. Now, the Aurora is lowercase here. Considering it's considered a race or a species or something, normally that kind of thing would get capitalized. All right, so Terror Doctrine. So you were playing against who? Does it say who you're playing against? Oh, Griege. Okay, so this is the Griege and the Aurora. So when I was asking, like, I wonder how they are going to play later ones when they started adding new ones. This is, I guess, how they did it. Is these extra scenarios. Yeah. So yeah, so to play the whole story, you'd have to pretty much play both sides. All right, then you got your skirmishes. Set up, first choose which skirmish you want to play. You do not need to play in a particular order. Newer to Cloudspire, play the first skirmish. So it shows the map setup. Faction 1 is the Bronin, and Faction 2 is the Heirs. Okay, so you just play the specific factions that they tell you to play. Waves infinite. And then some of the waves is only 3. Okay. And then there's same thing. There's objectives in the skirmishes. All right. I guess that was it for that one. Promo pack. Landmark, which I guess was from a promo pack. And Harbinger. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, that's a heavy boy. That's a content expansion there. All right, so Harbinger. The Harbinger of Doom. Come on, open. I did not plan the box very well. All right, so we got some more solo scenarios. So we have 8 new solo scenarios. That's why I think that this was the like solo add-on box, because the game is, I think most people play it solo. I think is its thing. Harbinger rules. New scenarios. Cloudspire Harbinger contains 8 new solo scenarios. To play all 8 of the scenarios, you will need to have base game and all 6 faction expansions. In addition to the expansion, the Portal Seekers and Heroes Bounty materials are not required, but they can be mixed into your opponents if you choose. There are new upgrade chips. 3 new unit Spire upgrade types, each with 4 chips. As well as upgrade chips, there's limited resource. These chips have been balanced for PvP play and for use in solo scenarios featured in Cloudspire Harbinger. They may be used in the previous solo or co-op content, but may throw off balance in previous individual scenarios depending on the situation. All 3 of the new upgrades are available to be added to units or spires, follow typical rules and costs for attack and range from the base game. The 3 new types are Air, Source, and Spike. New market and landmarks. Some of these new chips contain talents that, per their original wording, dictate the type of chip they belong to. For example, the talent Toxic Secretion says if a non-Griege unit moves onto a hex adjacent to this unit, deal it 1 damage. In this expansion, there is a spire that contains the talent Toxic Secretion. The way the talent works is not changed, but it is now a usable talent for more than just a unit. If you observe a chip in the talent that describes a talent and a property of a different chip type, it can also be applied to any other chip with that talent. Like, I want to know their writer, the guy that has to write this, right? New neoprene hexes. Contains 3 new large islands and 1 new earthscape for use in PvP and the new scenarios. These are used normally. One of the large tiles contains 2 hexes that are sky hexes. These represent part of the island fallen away. Okay, so it's the same as that other tile that was fallen away. All right, and then you have your fortresses. So list all the fortresses, and then your new AI talents in this book. Now the question is this the summed up list of all the AI talents now? I wonder what it would cost to take all of these spiral round books to Staples and have them convert them. All right, so here, so chapter 1, let's go through. This is the newer expansion, right? Yeah, this is one that just came out, so we'll take a little bit more time on these because they're newer. So you have Horizon's Wrath, so you play Horizon, so it is well, hang on, that's weird. So, oh, you have 2 opponents. Has that ever happened before? There's only 2 bases, right? But your opponents are both the heirs and the Shada. Before creating a market stack, set aside the equipment chips. Draw 3 at random and place them beside your barracks. Use the rest of the equipment chips face down. Market the floating rock shown on the map. Move any remaining equipment chips from the game. Start the captain's cabin 1 Morale Fortress Advancement purchase. So yeah. All right, wave 1 is everybody, wave 2 is everybody, and so it's everybody, all 3 rounds. You may have up to 3 heroes in play at a time, may deploy multiple heroes the same wave, are not restricted to your starting hero. So at the end of wave 4, have a gunboat spire on hex A with 5 or more upgrades. At the end of wave 4, all minaret spires are defeated. Defeat the Shada Fortress Gate. Outcome scenario ends immediately. Huh. Marks. Horizon's Wrath, Shada Fortress Gate. Shada Heirs, Horizon's Fortress Gate. Or Horizon Wrath's Fortress Gate. Okay. And you have the Heirs. Your opponent is the Graft. See, that was... I didn't look at the other ones. And then you got the Keel, and they're going up against the Graft. You got Aurora, and they're going against the Griege. Oops. You got the Shada, and they're going up against the Graft and the Aurora. And in Chapter 6, the Uprising. You're going against the Keel and the Shada. Huh. In Chapter 7 is the Graft. And they're going up against... Holy cow. We're going up against everybody. Dignation. Opponents. The Bronin, the Griege, the Grove Tenders, the Horizon's Wrath, Keel, and the Shada. Setup. Start with the level 1 fortress advancement of each Graft structure purchased. Do not add Earthscapes to the market offering this scenario. They are not available for purchase. This is just an all-out battle royale. Event die results. Okay, so then when you do the event die, it's going to tell you which one to add. Okay. So, at the end of the scenario, have no opposing heroes in play. At the end of the scenario, have at least one Graft Spiral in each of the non-center isles. Defeat all 6 opposing fortress gates. 4 waves. Whew. I'm thinking that's hard. I'm thinking that's hard. Chapter 8, the Uprising. The islands quaked. The Graft approached. The remaining forces felt as if they were living through the end of the world. So this is the revolution. So you're going against the Graft Heirs and the Aurora. And there's all your credits. And playtesting, proofreading, and value contributors. All right, I was asking, where's the writer? Edit. I maybe wanted to see editors. You got Liz Davidson, Elizabeth Johnson, McFarland, and Shannon Wedge. Cultural consultant, Jason Perez. That's your publisher. I'm guessing it. I mean, somebody. Oh, creative writing, Ryan Howard. But he'd be doing the creative stuff, not the game text. That'd probably be the editors, along with the designers. And the editors just make it all wordified. All right. Well, let's see here. What do we got? We got a box. Shocker, we have a lot of boxes. All right, so let's do our mats first. We'll do our mats first. We'll chip sucking. All right, so we have one new little tile. Hi, little tile. And then these are the new big tiles. 1, 2, 3, and then this is the one that's got the missing. Like, I wonder, like, how do you determine to make a new tile that has a new layout, right? That is just like, okay, just this one slight variation. It's just, it takes a brain to do that kind of stuff. I just thinking about it makes my head hurt. Like, because I'm looking at them like, well, are these tiles really that much different than each other? I mean, they'd have to be. Otherwise, why would you create three new tiles, right? All right, so these are our new ones. Yes, these are all of our new tiles, our new chips. All right, so guessing you guys can't go there. I think they're too big. Yeah, I think they're too big to go inside of that one. All right. So we have. Okay, so these are the new equipment and the new locations. And I got to figure out what I'm going to do with all these. See, these would fit. But when you double them in size, they're not fitting anymore. Again, it's testing the durability of their chips. Ooh, that hit good. It actually marked that chip. Well, it's coming off, so. All right, so lots of new equipment. There we go. One and done. His stats is 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. He's one and done. A radical pacifist. Anti-brawling, anti-airs, fair fight. Splash. The Herald. Lychees. So some of these look like actual people. I wonder if, because they knew they were done, I wonder if they put like employees on the chips and they got to choose what they were going to be. All right, so. Nope, not you. You go over here. And I have run out of room again. Again, I still, like, the number of chips that were here would not fit in its own factions container. That's baffling me right now. Like, why did they not fit? All right, so these are the new. Now we got two rows of locations. So this is one of those ones where it's like, okay, if you're getting it along the way, you're like, okay, you're getting along the way. When you're getting it at the very end, it's like you're gonna have so much variety in every game from the beginning that, like, that's just gonna be crazy. Fossilized Traxxer. Combat Priest. Oh, he's a turtle. It's a Grail turtle. The art's great. Grail Leopards. The Rabid Keel. Oh, got the Rogue Gunner over here too. Oops. I wonder if they reused some from the other ones. Ah, there you go. Fragmented Graph. So it's the designers, I think. Yeah, so I think this one, because they knew it was the last one, they put the employees on a lot of them. Waygate William. Huh. Well, those are the tiny ones. See, that one, I can't even get those to fit there. Well, this isn't working how I want it to. Now I need one more. I mean, technically, I'm going to play solo, so I really only need 2 of these, right? Yeah. If I need the other ones, I get the other ones. And then I have these that I guess I'll just hang on to, but I don't really need. Oh, it won't fit. Right, other container. All right, so now I think all we got left are the new factions. Right, so this is the Graft. Yeah, I'm just on the expansions page. I'm going from bottom to top. The Graft scenario book. So same thing I got. Okay, so I got 4. Yeah, the same normal 4 solo, 2 co-op. Yeah, and then you got your scoring, +4 expansions. So they didn't increase it to +6. Yeah, so you're going to go, yeah, so the Grove, first opponent is against the Grove Tenders. Then the Graft, the Brawnin and the Grove Tenders. Chapter 3, the Brawnin, the Narora, and the Heirs. So maybe that is normal that you get more than one. I just didn't look at the other ones until I went into that new solo scenarios. I didn't even look at them. 5 is against, so it's the Graft and the Heirs. Graft and Narora. Okay, because this is the co-op mode. So I can't remember, to really get the whole story, like, do you need to play the co-op and the solo, or is the story in the co-op just a part of the solo? So I think the real determining factor of when they end a game is when they run out of colors for chips. Like, we don't really have another color we could use. And honestly, if you look at the Pantone, there's millions of colors, so it's just how many different shades can you have. That is one ugly looking Graft. Goes there. And they have a special card. Come on. All right. All right, so there's the Graft. Residents of Ankar had no idea that if the ecosystem of their island was ever thrown off balance, they would risk exposing an existential threat. Far too long, the joining war has raged, and now a voracious mega-organism known as the Graft has arrived to absorb everything in its wake. The Graft's starting hero, Nucleus, also acts as its mobile fortress. To be successful with the Graft, you must be mindful of the links between the different elements of your faction using Nucleus's upgrades and positioning to bolster your spires and promote powerful units. Yeah, that's a faction Oddity would never touch. I mean, I don't know if she would even play this with me, but she definitely wouldn't touch that faction. Yeah, so Graft rules, setup, the island creation, fortress. All right. And another thing of chips. And another chip holder. Again, if anybody has any suggestions for what to do with these chip holders, well, let me know. I'm trying to think, did I have extras with... No, I don't think... I had an extra for Elder Scrolls, but it was... No, I didn't have an extra because I didn't put the other health chips I got from Elder Scrolls in that. Ooh. And it's a thick one. So they have an extra, they have a fancy dial. But the nice thing is it's the thick dial. So I think people were talking about that too, like during the campaign, is like, okay, well, they have the thick dial, right? And it's like, well, that's going to kind of encourage you to buy the the other thick dials. Because you'll play with that and you'll be like, oh, I need that. I need that in my life. And then they only have 2 dice as well. Which makes sense, right? So when you're designing a game, right, you got to design the price point. And the price point is based off the components. So if you're going to adjust your components, then you need to adjust something, right? So by having maybe that thicker chip, well, now you need to consider that you need to take the dice out, or that one card, that one extra setup card. All right, so I just realized something. I remembered. This is for the dice, so this can't go in there. Or is it for the dice? No, because I can't get all the dice in there. Where are the dice supposed to go? I thought they said the dice went in one of these. I guess if I take this dice out of here and put it in here, then all the dice fit. Now I'm back in that boat of what do I do with my health chips? Just slightly too big. Let's see here. All this bothering my OCD something fierce, man. Just, it is. I don't like having them in different containers. It just is bothering me. Oh, I can't get all four of them in there either. Oh, man. That bothers me something fierce. I mean, it shouldn't. It shouldn't bother me, but it does. There. That's slightly better. Yeah, because the problem is, there's just one chip too many of everything. Guess that's how it's going to be. And I guess you guys are going to have a home somewhere else. I don't know if these chips are recyclable. Somebody knows, are these chips recyclable? Because if they are, then I'll toss them in the recycle bin, I guess. Unless somebody's got some worn out copies and they want another set. But I'd imagine everybody's like this. Everybody's just got bunches of them now if they got the upgraded ones. All right. And next is the Keel. The Keel. So they're the bat people. So bat people versus bird people. See, and when they're talking about the open air spaces, I was thinking the birds and the Keel should be able to fly over them. But maybe the distance is too far. Maybe it's supposed to represent each tile is supposed to represent a large distance, maybe. So yeah, same thing for N2. So the first one, Keel Chapter 1, is against the Braunen. So this was the one that I saw on the playthrough. I think this is the one they did on their channel, right? With the Braunen. Yeah, because he did the builder guy went out and they built something here, and then you have to land their base has to land once you control an area, so you send out some guys as like scouts. And Chapter 2 is versus the Braunen. I feel like these guys don't like the Braunen. Chapter 3 is versus the Heirs and Narora. So I figured the Heirs would be their rivals. Chapter 4 is versus the Grove Tenders. And then the Neil and Grove Tenders versus the Braunen and Heirs. Or the Keel, sorry, Keel. Oh, okay, so I didn't notice this before. So it actually says, this cooperative scenario takes place between the graph scenarios, the current always wins, and the will of the source. So probably somebody's put all these in order if you want to play them all. And then this cooperative scenario takes place between Harbinger bonus scenario, underline the black, and depravity or atonement. I'm trying to think. I don't think the book, I was thinking the books, maybe the hardcover books, they put them all in order, but I don't think they did. I think it's still just a reprint of the original scenario books, just hardcover. Didn't want to come out. Yeah, so this one's smooth too. So far, only the Harbinger, not the Harbinger, the Pirates felt funny. So Pirates maybe is an older copy. Maybe I didn't get. Maybe that wasn't a reprint item. I don't know. All right, so that is their base. So yeah, just look, it makes sense. It's like an underground cave system. Amplification plant. Ooh. Not good. Oh, one of those. So I noticed too, like they're all about this stack, and that's about the size of that one faction. Now, if that faction would have fit inside of its container, I'd had plenty of room for my health chips. But because it didn't fit, Litter, 2 range and poise, Chira, conscription and flying, Skyfox, bulwark and protector, General Eco, or I guess it's probably Echo most likely. Air Defense, Void Soul. Oh, that's slightly raised. The star. I don't know if it's supposed to be. I noticed it when the light hit it on one of them. Are they all raised? It feels like it. All right, what do we got? Right, so. Alright, so these are our towers, our spires. There it is. In they go. Alright, we got one more after these. So the same thing, they only had 2 die. Alright. And our last faction. The Shada. So these are the elemental type guys. It seems like they're not happy with the birds. Yeah, so you got 4 scenarios. The Anarakian, the Ankarian renown. There we go. Same thing, it just says 4 plus. Shada, so chapter 1 is versus the heirs, which kind of makes sense. They were on the cover. And then chapter 2 is the Aurora. So it's kind of like fire, and the Aurora kind of like water. So. And then chapter 3 is stone versus the Grove Tenders in the Aurora. Chapter 4 is your water. So against the Merc units. Against Merc units? So not the Uprising. Okay. That one's different. Alright, then the co-op. Both Shada cooperative scenarios take place between the Shada scenarios Heart of Stone and Dead of Winter. Dead in the Water. Hang on, those are... Okay, so there's Dead in the Water was chapter 4. So it's between chapter 4 and chapter 3. Yeah, Hearts of Stone. So if you want the story beats, then, well, I mean, I guess you can read it to get the story beats. Not like there's more flavor text after you read that. So. Wrap up. Take note of the Burning and Shada Fortress gate health, as your fortress gates will start with the same amount in scenario 2. Yeah. Well, I was looking. I was like, where's the thing that says where this belongs? But it told me on the previous page they belong in the same spot. All right. I don't know if I agree with the brown on these guys, though. The orangish brown color. It's not very elemental to me. I'll just get you guys out now. It's a swirly vortexes of doom. Earth, fire, wind, water. By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet. Yeah, okay, so they have two upgrades. Yeah. Pretty good. That pile's just getting tall. I couldn't get it all to fit in the box. It all came out of that box, so it can all go back in. Our recycling bin's going to be full. Might need to call them for a bulk pickup. All right, so. So, minion promotion. Shada special rules, minion promotion. Spires. Shada Spires all have talents that boost the efficiency of Spire based on the terrain type. All Shada minions have specific terrain allowances marked by the circle icon shown above their chip. Like normal terrain allowances, this allows them to treat that terrain type as path hex, but no other. Example, water lets a unit walk on water hexes, but not grasslands, forests, or mountains. Ooh, that's different. The Shada are of nature. Yeah, same thing. This one's smooth. So it was just the pirates. Well, they've all had this little thing right here, but I guess that's because, again, these are plastic. So they cut them, and that's the piece where they're probably hanging together. All right. So, not a fan of this one for the cover for the Shada, though. I'd have gone with, like, the tornado or something. Water, the fire. I don't know what that thing is. It's a rock thing with green ooze. like what is that? It is a vision. That's what it is. There he is. There he is. Mr. Fission. Hi. Last one going to be a pain in my rear. Yes. All right. So I didn't want this unboxing to take 5 hours. Otherwise, I would have done the zoom in, gone through every single one of the different tokens like I normally do. Now, if somebody wants a full in-depth of each of the new expansions, or even the old ones, let me know. Well, it'll be like 50 videos. Because I did the Marvel. I remember my Marvel X-Men All-In unboxing. It was like, I think, a 3-hour video by the time I was done, because I went through all the cards, all the minis, and one by one. It's like, there's a lot of stuff to have to go through. There we go. All right. That is all those. That's that. What do I got left? I got cards. Oh, got promos. These were the promos from the Kickstarter. They are relics for the 3 new factions. So I didn't notice, were there relics for all the old factions? I didn't take note of that. And Aurora only. Rowan only. Grove Trainers only. Airs only. Griege only. Uprising only. Shada only. No. May look at the next face down. Solo co-op if required to roll. Event die. So it's got a separate rule. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, there's 10. Okay. So now that's the only thing is like, would you remove the ones that are not in the game since they're only... Oh, okay. It does say if acquired by any other faction other than Shada, you may either discard it and draw 3 new relics, keeping one of them and discarding the rest, or trade this relic to the Shada for 7 source. Shada may not refuse this trade. Ah, that's why you keep them in there. So there is something you can do with them if you are not playing with those factions. If you are, you get a big 7 resource boost. If you don't, then you get to draw 3 cards and pick one. All right, so here are my health chips. Oh, I am going to need a container. I forgot. I was like, why were my other ones not in a container? It's because they expect you to use the container the other ones came in. So these are the premium health chips. I feel like this bad boy was rolling around in the factory for a year. Oh, he's kind of dirty. Yeah, so I'm guessing it's a mix. So that must be why my Sky Pirates are kind of feel weird. It's because it's probably from an older vat. Yeah, because even this is different. And they're like, it's like I said, it's dirty because they were saying it's all dusty. Because it's probably been sitting in a factory. Although it was in a box, but I mean, I guess, the box was ripped right there, so I guess that's what it is. All right. Oh, yeah. That's oddly satisfying. That's oddly satisfying. These are the premium chips. They have a nice little weight to them. The only thing is, like, I know these are metal core, but like, there's no magnets in any of it, right? It's just metal core, so it can be magnetized, right? See? So I'm wondering, like, if you put... That's a strong magnet. If you put a magnet in your play mat, well, then they would come apart when you pull off the play mat. I'm trying to think, like, how big of a magnet, how strong of a magnet would you need put under these chips to keep them all from falling apart, yet still be easy enough to remove, right, as you need to. Yeah, they're all kind of gritty and dirty. It's... Oh well. I'm playing over a little dirt. Maybe. All right, so those are those. So that is all of that. All right, so first thing we need to do, put these guys in here. Let's put this lighter one in the front. All right. So this is one thing I noticed, like when I was watching them do their official reboxing, was like, I feel like there's a little bit of extra space throughout this entire box that doesn't need to be there. Because, you know, it could probably be slightly smaller. I hate to say it that way, but yeah, slightly smaller. All right, so next we have, all right, so yeah, so I don't need this. Well, I need it for Elder Scrolls. No, because I'm getting new ones with the new Elder Scrolls. But should I keep it as a backup? Do I have other dice games this would work for? Maybe. Let's hang on to that one. No, what do I need? I need the big box. Big box. All right, so the big box gets the rest of these. And the 2 little ones. You're like, same thing here. Like, it's got this extra, yeah, slide it. It's got all this extra room here. So it's like, I mean, I guess you're not supposed to ever move this box, so they're not expecting that type of movement. But I mean, I get why this kind of has to be this size, because these tiles take up this entire amount of space. Like, this just barely fits. Holy cow. Okay, well, okay, they needed the space because of the tiles alone. Tiles alone. All right, and that all goes there. And then extra rule cards, and this will just put you guys in here. All right, I think that's it for this one. Oh, that's got some weight. All right, so now we have the top drawer. The top drawer is all the books and the pamphlets. Although I guess if you need extra room for the pamphlets, you can throw them inside the other ones. All right, so scenarios. Scenarios. More scenarios. More scenarios. And books. Put the rules on top, Will. Put the rules on top. All right, and voila, big empty space. Where's that foam I kept out? I was saving. Not really. Well, I think I'd rather have the weight. Oh, this is the front. This is the back. Yeah, that should help a little bit. All right. I think, because I think I can fit 4 of those in the bottom drawer. I guess if I can't fit four of the tokens in the bottom drawer, then I got to figure something else out. Oops, this one's 212. This one's 212. All right, well, that's not going to happen then. It's just going to stay like that, which means then they're going to fall in. I think this was what I was seeing. I saw them when they did the rule books. It was like there's just that extra room, and it's like nothing goes in there. So let's take, these are all right, so these are the new chip trays. Really nice. So you got your, okay, so if you have 3 dice or 2 dice, you can fit them in there. That's nice. Now, they'll fit in here. Now, somebody else has mentioned about like the weight, so I'm wondering if I'm thinking split the difference too. Put the lighter on the front, so when I'm pulling them out, that weight's not in the front. All right, so. Two in that one. And 1. 2 in that one. Still got a little bit of room on both of these too. Now, they said they're done, so there's not going to be any more to go in here. All right, so I like this. This is a pretty good box. I didn't get it for Elder Scrolls because right now I don't feel like it's needed for Elder Scrolls. Not for the $170. Also, I think was when I was playing, I was like, I still wasn't sure if I liked it or not, really. I backed the new content, so I had that coming. And then I backed the extra storage and said, okay, what you would have to do is just take the rule books out. I'm like, I'm fine with just taking all the books out. It's kind of like this one. I said all those books could sit on a shelf if you got the hardcovers. All right, so this is the 20 strong Cloudspire. Cloudspire rules of play. During the war, the joining war has raged for years, leaving mass devastation in its wake. But worse, the stress of the conflict has diminished the source and permitted the return of the Graft, an ancient and mysterious organism without consciousness or morality. It operates only on instinct, absorbing and annihilating all in its path. As one of the land's heroes, you have established a tripartite alliance? Never heard that. Of Ankar's factions to halt the Graft's advance. Only by working together can the factions avoid the floating realm's ultimate destruction. To win 20 strong, you must defeat the enemies. Card face, setup. I think most of this is all going to be the same. Here's the ball set aside. The balls associated with the 2 allied factions. Aim select one of the remaining 6 hero balls cards, place it as shown. Enemy conflict cards, place and deployment stack. So I'll be playing this on the channel next week. So if anybody wants to see how this works, I'll be playing it on the channel. I'll be playing 20 strong, or I'll be playing Cloudspire on the channel as well. I'll probably be starting at the beginning. Well, I may look through and see if somebody's got like a story order, but I imagine the first stories are probably the first factions. Deployment, suffer damage, conflict cards, spire, reward. Oh, I want to look at the layout. Okay, so you have three spires, you have 3 lanes, and you have 3 spires. Tracker chip if needed. Okay, so I guess not all of them are going to need the chip, which kind of defeats the purpose of chip theory if you're not going to use a chip. So your dice, deployment, and then your inventory. So that's all standard 20 strong stuff. Oh, created blueprints. Okay, so you build things. Heroes. Okay, hero side and then mini boss side. Oh, that's neat. Mini hero. Mini heroes are placed in your inventory when you gain them. However, they do not count towards your inventory limit. The ability of mini heroes in your inventory can be used at times described. Mini bosses are considered bosses for the purpose of effects and rules that apply. Keep draw. End of game. Universal heroes, of course. You can bring in any universal hero to adhere to the following in your game. Mini heroes, freely choose from any of the 3 mini heroes during setup. Starting fire, freely choose 2 spire cards with the same name for your starting inventory. These spires should match the factions of one of the 3 selected mini heroes. No blueprints. Universal heroes from other decks do not have blueprints. Added enemies. Some universal heroes add enemies to your engagement. Treat them as if they were a plus skull on the non-boss. More adversity. Once you've mastered the regular rules of 20 Strong Cloudspire, you can increase the difficulty. The more renown you strive for, the more mini bosses you add to your game. Unrenouncing right. Okay, so that's different. So normally you would choose your difficulty and you would get something. This one instead, they're treating the renown, earn 1 renown by winning the game in normal setup. 2 renown, earn 2 renown by winning after shuffling 1 random encounter. So basically you get more renown for the difficulty is how they're calling the difficulty. This would be where I would normally zoom in, but it's way up there. Cram the Mighty. So it's supposed to be all the factions, and then you got Grafted Cram the Mighty. So we're not going to be flipping cards, I imagine. Why Vaikai? Looks like Groot. Looks like Groot and Rocket had a baby. Groot and Rocket had a baby. Hydrogram, the Avatar people. The Bugs Life people. Ichiri. Grafted Ichiri. Captain Tinbeard. Again, I still say I think that these are the Too Many Bones, right? The people in Too Many Bones. Grafted Tinbeard. Jaylana Nestor. Grafted Jaylana Nestor. They're all shiny. I don't know if you guys can see it. The cards, all of their cards are like premium card. There you go. And they shine. And the Tanglewood, they had like a metallic foil on them. Fission. Grafted Fission. General Echo. Grafted General Echo. Awash. Guess what? Grafted Awash. Surprise, surprise. Daiwin. Oh, he looks like a hyena. Grafted Daiwin. And Vase. Oak Job. Grafted Oak Job. Mistbane. Darb. A cute little yellow canary. Grafted Darb. Not such a cute little yellow canary. Yusol. He's like a gecko man. He reminds me in a game too. I forget who he reminds me of. Oops. Lost Rhyme and Grafted Rhyme. And I guess it's the artist, right? They probably do other board games, which is probably what I'm thinking. Chira. Grafted Chira. Aw, Taproot. Wait a minute. Taproot's already grafted. Oh, no. That is a Taproot. Oh, Shrubbery. Okay, I get it. I get it. So you got 2 of those. 2 Warbriars, or Muskegs. Grizzled Oak. Tactics Manual. 2 Skitters. Toxic Fumes. Mugwumps. Or Hive. Oops. So I'm wondering how these interplay, because they flip. Sometimes in the game they flip depending, so I don't know. I didn't really read the rules very well. Aegis. And Lance Launcher. Dispatch. Drilling Outpost. So those are the blueprints they were talking about. Okay. Forsaken. Mini Harvester. Conduit. Refractor. Those are the spires. Okay. Bishop. Monoland. So that's neat. They took the characters from the game and then just did what they did. Now next week, Chip Theory's actually, or is it next week, the week after, Chip Theory's doing their week of Chip Theory, and they're going to reveal the 20 strong Awakened Realm stuff. So, Powder Monkey, Shadow Skiff. So 2 gliders, gunboats, Corsair. Oh, there's only 1 of him. Climbing gear. Harrier pigeons. Well, those aren't pigeon. That was a crow. Regal lookouts. Joust. It's for the game, the old video game. Joust. And Minaret. Royal Talon. Pine Vials. Water, 2 waters. Holy cow. Stay put cards. That's the only problem with like these cards. They just slide one and won't stay put because of the PVC and the glossiness of them. Water towers. So is wind going to be a wind tower? Wind? Nope. Pillar of fire. That's confusing. Lava? Oh, flame harness. No. That's confusing. Echo Scout. Source Grinder. Sky Fox. That does not look like the Sky Fox I know. Artillery. Demolitionist. Ration Backpack. Militia. Oh, there's our militia boy. Oh, poor thing. He's the one that had the scar. Rubble Rouser. Then the Militia Ranger. See, stay on top of your pile cards. This is going to be fun on a playthrough. Stay. Stay. They keep wanting to walk. Oh, man. Zerker Rebel. Portable Gateway. Lostmire. Krob. Uh-oh. That, yeah, one of them are possessed. Slain and leeches. So I'm not sure who the bosses are. Or are these the bosses? The backside is probably the boss. Yeah, because these are the mini heroes. Okay. Yeah, okay, and then it's got their equipment. So Source Grinder, Water Tower, Rubble Rouser. Okay. Shrubbery. Yeah, I have to figure out because this is definitely different than the other ones. And that's kind of the neat thing about the 20 strong system is every single one is like completely different from the other ones. So this will go in my strong storage. So I did get the storage for the 20 strong. I'm a glutton. I'm a glutton for punishment. Like I was like I wasn't even gonna back 20 strong until I thought, okay, now I gotta bring some more. I'm gonna probably be playing more solo content. So I was like, let me get it. And so when I backed this, I added this, and then I went over to the 20 strong campaign and added that as well. All right, guys. No, yes, no, yeah, that's the one. Holy cow, that was it. All right, guys, so that was yeah, that was what, 9, 10, now 2-hour unboxing to get all that unboxed and just kind of show you and get it back in that box and sorted. Again, if anybody knows, has ideas for, I mean, this I could find ideas for. Like I guarantee I have games that have dice. I could put those in. But like these, does anybody have a solution or what they do with all these? Because now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Again, I can put the other, I got another set of health chips in there, but same thing. What do people do with their extra health chips? I mean, is there a game that like needs a lot of health and so you just use the the Chip Theory chips for health? Try it. Let me know in the comments. Either way, guys, if you guys want to watch the 20 strong playthrough, that'll be a lunchtime stream. I forget what day I put it on. I think Tuesday. And then I will have a stream, an evening stream of Cloudspire on Wednesday night, I believe. Either way, I've got them already scheduled in the live section. Go ahead and hit the notify me there. Hit the subscribe button. That way you know when I go live. Until next time, guys. Peace.